In the mid-1840s, Croatian immigrants moved to Louisiana and began fishing for oysters in the rich estuaries of the Mississippi River Delta. Over time, their tireless efforts and ingenuity cultivated a thriving industry that would bring the Louisiana oyster to the plates of many. In Louisiana today, the total economic impact of the commercial oyster industry is an annual $317 million and over 3,500 jobs. But the last 6 years have taken their toll on the oyster industry as hurricanes, the BP oil spill, and overexposure to fresh water have all jeopardized the industry and put those who depend on it at risk. At P&J Oyster Company, the recent impacts have been the worst blow to the New Orleans-based business in its 130 years of operation.
Well, as you see, we're not doing a whole lot here right now. Prior to the spill, this was a bustling place. Production-wise, we're probably at about 30% of a good season. That's probably where we're at right now, and that's a shame. Now, many industries would just fold up and say, we're walking away. We just can't handle this anymore. But that's not how we were built. We've been through wars. We've been through the Depression. We've been through so many different things, so many hurricanes, so many events that has deterred the production of oysters. But you know what? We're going to stick with it. We're going to keep going.
The oyster is an irreplaceable fixture in the cuisine of South Louisiana, and Chef Brian Landry is hoping that the arrival of his new downtown New Orleans restaurant will spark a demand for local oysters.
Ideally, what we'd like to see happen is we're going to build our menu around as many local seafood products as possible. So we plan to open with about 6 or 7 oyster dishes on the menu. The trickle-down effect should be that while we directly employ a bunch of individuals, that the money that we're spending stays in our economy as well. And that's one of our biggest fears, is that if we do not protect the oystermen, we're going to lose a great American industry.
Knowing that a healthy population is vital to maintaining the economic benefits the oyster industry provides, the state of Louisiana has invested heavily in oyster production over the years. State-funded research and innovative programs could play a major role in helping the industry get back on its feet. In Grand Isle, on the Louisiana coast, Dr. John Supan of Louisiana State University is working to implement a system that allows oyster fishermen to grow their own oyster seeds and raise them in protective cages.
The goal of it is to teach the industry how to be more independent with growing their own seed instead of being dependent on the wild public grounds for seed. Because of the nature of these oysters, they grow so fast that they're thin-shelled. And if you throw this on the bottom, as they traditionally do to grow farm oysters, it'll be preyed on very easily by predators. So this oyster ideally should be grown in a cage to protect it from predation. So in this type of system, you have large mesh cages that support smaller plastic mesh bags, and inside those bags are the oysters. Through efficient methods and technology transfer like this, we can create a lot of jobs doing this.
Yeah, I believe I'm the only one doing it at this time with the little bit of volume I'm using. I think hopefully in the future, this is going to be a better way to grow the oysters. Then when you're gonna buy a box of oysters, my oyster, these oysters, it's gonna be like you open a box of cigars. It's gonna be like a clone oyster. They're gonna be looking all the same and all pretty and all round shells, and the quality of the meat is gonna be perfect, and the salinity is gonna be good.
Right now, Congress is considering the Restore Act as a response to the BP oil spill. If passed, up to $20 billion in fines could go to Gulf Coast states for restoration of their affected marshes and coastlines. Many are hoping that part of this money could be used to jumpstart the troubled oyster industry.
In lots of cases, the oyster business is passed down from grandfather to father to son, and that there aren't a whole lot of people lining up to become oystermen. So if we can use this money wisely and protect this industry, we're preserving a way of life, a culture, and a generational business.